Hey folks, let's see if we can do a more early in the day video. It's gotta be, it's gotta be better. Instead of staying up all night to make sure I get all my workouts done. Oh, I'm dying. Looks a little dim. Hello, kitty. All right, let's go. Stretches. See my iWatch going off. This thing demanded to have the watch OS updated. Has been bugging me, and I had occasion to update my phone. My phone was on 12. We're currently on 14.4.1 or something like that. Phone ran great, but apps were starting to be like, hey, you can't use this anymore, you're not on the new iOS. You motherfuckers, you know? Like, the fuck do you care? God damn it. They care because of security and shit, but just frustrating. Everything worked fine. So, in order to use like Bank of America app and shit, which I definitely use to do like check cashing at home and shit, and a few other apps that I use, I was like, all right, I'll update. It's been fine since it updated. I think it gets slightly worse cell reception. I don't know if it's that or I recently had the battery repaired on the phone, which is like goddamn great that now it works like so strong. Doesn't die like going on a walk. If you're like listening to like movies or watching some kind of like if you're using like a screen and listening on a headset while you're walking, it's like it would just die. You play any games on it, it would blap. It would just die. And got the battery replaced. I was like, oh, this thing is much better. And then I also picked up one of those cases that has a battery in it that acts as like a backup battery. And I'm like, well, is it the iOS update or is it the new case interfering with the reception on the phone? So I've tried taking it out of the case a few times and it doesn't seem to help. So I don't necessarily think it was the iOS update that made the phone worse. I think it was having it repaired. Or like a little combination of all three of these or whatever. It's just a little chunkier than it was before. I guess if I really think about it, it's probably the iOS. Yeah, God, I really don't know. Too many things happened at once. All of them have like little likeliness. At least I can take it out of the case and test, and it doesn't really seem to help it. And then of course some like patch update, like a game will just be like, oh, I don't have internet connectivity. Like, wait, what? You know, and then I thought, oh, this is related to that? No, when I go to the forums, they're like, turn off the like battery saver function, and then it doesn't like do this bullshit anymore. Like, okay, so then I have to turn that function on and off in the game in order for it to go. When it shows up, turn it off. When it goes away, turn it back on, because the game runs fucking great with battery saver on and doesn't eat your battery. So, the world, the first world of problems. I'm a little tired. I don't know what's going on. I think more allergy stuff. It's brutal. My throat's basically okay. You can hear the little tickle in it and a little cough when I'm talking at 1,000 miles an hour. But let's just keep motoring through these. I don't think it helps to do them slowly because you just get more tired. You know. Should be. I got a text from Andy saying we got Eternal Darkness tonight. I'm gonna try and go for my walk a little later in the day and give him some time because he said he was didn't have a good sleep schedule or a good amount of sleep going on. So I'll try and bug him later in the day. Maybe around the time Leanne is getting home, so just sort of line everything up. Everything up there. Come on, give me a little brightness. There you go. Let me check real quick here. I thought I had a text. Must have been a backed up text from last night. Because my stupid watch then was like, hey, you got the new iOS, so you really need the new thing here. And this was a case where I was like, I'm not really seeing it. I'm not really seeing why this needs to update. But boy, was it like every time you went into the watch app and stuff, it was like you can't do anything to the update. I'm like, eh. I still was like, I don't need to really do anything, but I might want to move a couple apps to the watch because now that the phone's updated, there's some apps I'm using more. So I was like, all right, I'll patch it. It has to be on the charger and have more than half a battery's worth of charge. And then it has to be connected to Wi-Fi, and then it has to do it at night. I don't know. So some of those it has to do, and some of those are like policy decisions, like at night. So I was like, oh, jeez, and crow. All right. So I said to put the watch on there. The watch has been dying really fast. Like the battery's been getting used up. It was still lasting all day. So I was like, I don't know. Maybe it keeps checking for the update and pushing on the battery. So I finally got the update to go through, and I woke up this morning and hit the thing on the watch and was like, update successful, rebooting. I'm like, well, why didn't you do this in the middle of the fucking night? You know, it's not like you didn't do this like 8 hours ago or 5 hours ago or whatever. It's like the watch charges to full in like an hour. It's not, it didn't take it all night to charge, and then it was like, oh shit, John's waking up, better patch. So it reboot. When it reboot, it had like this little like digital boot thing that I was like, this is gonna take about 5 minutes and shit. And I thought, well, I'll record a video and check on it. And I get the whole video set up, going, and I look at the watch, and it's just an Apple logo, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then like sit down and spend a couple more minutes getting everything ready to try and give it some time, and still an Apple logo. And I look online like, oh, if it's just an Apple logo for a couple minutes, you got to force reboot it. All right, fine. Force reboot it. Start getting the video, like, all right, video's all set up. Let me look at the watch. You know, you start like delaying little things. Oh, I need to move the salt shaker over here because what I really want is a fucking watch to be working before I start. Then I'm like, fuck it. I'm not gonna sit here and stare at the watch. So I like put it on my wrist, get the recording software going, and I look and like the watch is rebooted. So I'm like, okay, but I don't need, you know, first thing in the morning, wake up and just look at all this stupid technology being dumb. And not just dumb because it's like it takes a long time to reboot or whatever the fuck, but because like couldn't it have rebooted in the middle of the night? Couldn't it have done all this crap? Especially the thing where I picked it up and it was like, the installation is complete, confirm reboot. And I'm like, you motherfucker, just, you know, especially with the reboot takes a while. And like I would slap my watch on and go for a walk. Like if I had done my normal routine, that's what would have happened. I would have been out the door wanting to walk, but instead I was like, I'll record a video. So like a small positive side effect, like do an afternoon video the way I want, but really I want to get out on my walk because I want to get close to 5+ miles in, that'll be about right. I think right about now, if I get out here in the next like 5 to 10 minutes, I can get a fiver in. I like doing longer ones anymore, but some days are just busy and you don't have the extra half hour-ish. You know, it won't be that long. I don't know. We'll see how things go. I guess I could always text when I'm out there and just walk around the neighborhood instead of going for like these long crazy walks I go on. Let's see here, 13. Yeah, okay. Man, I lose count on these workouts when I get really into it. Been cold and wet here lately, and I've had to actually go out and get foot powder, which is a thing I haven't had to do since I was in like Boy Scout like camp. I was one of the only kids that would bring like Desenex or odor eater powder or stuff. And you know, like a few days out in that wet camping life, and your feet are a little like, what's up, dude? Like you know, especially kids like, oh, change my socks? Duh, oh yeah. Like kids don't bring enough socks for the whole time and shit. So you go to someone who's like, man, my feet are really like itching and killing me and burning, and you know, and you're like, try this Desenex out, and they're like, what the fuck? My foot just instantly feels better. Like, yeah, it really does. It's crazy. Whoever, you know, Whoever was like, this powder looks like a foot, doctrine of shapes. Put that shit on my feet. What a weird topic to have after iWatches and video games and then foot powder. But it's legit stuff. It's crazy. I'm sure they have bunches of sprays and crap now. The Target seems to be more, what do they call it, like athlete's foot anymore. And it was back then too. But just like odor eater stuff, like keeping your feet dry and getting something in there that's like a little like antifungal or whatever, kill some of that stuff. Is good, but really it's the dryness that it gets it dry and keeps it dry. Because I was noticing like, oh, feet are getting pretty stinky. Like I'm pretty lucky on the stinky front, as far as I can tell. You generally can't smell yourself, but when you can, you're like, oh shit, I must stink. So I was like, I'll go get some stuff. And of course, this shit is cheap, you know. You get this whole bottle of powder. And if you do go out and buy bottle of powder, put the goddamn lid on, because if somebody even if it just falls over on a table like clunk, it's gonna boom shoot a bunch of dust, and you're gonna be like, motherfucker. It's not very stinky stuff, but you know you're not gonna get it clean. It'll get into electronics really good because it's fine as shit. Not as fine as like cigarette smoke or something, but it's still very, very fine powder, and it can really mess with shit. So yeah, we're gonna get out the door here, get a good walk in. Hopefully, come back and do a big dinner, do some Star Trek, do some Eternal Darkness. I'd like to do some commentary videos coming up. We might actually have the return of Dag in there. Well, he said he needs a couple of days notice if he's going to participate, which I think I think is fair. It's just the framing of it was like, of course you do. You know, like, can't do anything without the stream's approval or whatever. But even if it was a normal activity, you would need some warning. You know, so it's not. Knock it off, Griff. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow.